Discover the incredible moment a billionaire single dad unveils heartwarming truth from twin girls. In a bustling suburban neighborhood, where manicured lawns gleam like trophies of success, Adam Turner stood at the edge of his driveway, hands stuffed into his pockets. The sun glinted off the gleaming luxury cars parked under the glossy cherry trees. He was a self-made billionaire, a man who had conquered the corporate world. But behind his designer suit lay a heart that ached with profound emptiness since his beloved wife passed away. Each day felt like a juggling act, spinning plates of high-powered meetings while yearning to connect with his spirited 8-year-old twin daughters, Mia and Lily, his unwritten heroes. The rush of silence often enveloped him, especially during the community barbecues where polite, well-intentioned friends would ask about his parenting. Their perfectly coiffed children would be brave little soldiers, showing their father's achievements, while Adam's girls seemed to quietly fade into the background, unrecognized. "You should enroll them in summer camps, Adam. They need structure," whispered Marissa, the always practical neighbor, her voice laced with judgment as she nudged her own son toward the local robotics program. It struck Adam with a pang was folding into their system the only way to be a good father. One day, as Mia and Lily presented their school project on local heroes, a powerful theme ignited their youthful spirits. "Dad, can we feature the veteran from the park?" Mia's eyes sparkled with excitement. Adam, buried in work, vaguely nodded, his mind still lost in spreadsheets. The board soon filled with pictures and stories of resilience, but it gathered dust in their living room, neglected amid late-night telephone calls and early morning meetings. As the girls poured their hearts into it, Adam only half listened, a distant echo of clinking glasses marking another late night with clients. "Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen." Now let's continue. With the community event approaching, Adam seized the opportunity to showcase his daughters, wanting the grand reveal to bridge their growing distance. He envisioned a day filled with laughter, balloons, applause, and pride. But when Mia and Lily burst through the doors beaming with anticipation, they found their father's high expectations suffocating. The anxiety of the day unraveled into chaos, exploding with tears and hurt feelings. "You only care about your stupid job," Lily screamed, and the air crackled between them, emotions sparking like fireworks, revealing an aching reality. In that moment of raw, painful confrontation where truth spilled like ink, Adam felt an awakening. His daughters were not mere extensions of his success, they were the essence of it. As he stood there, heart pounding, he realized he was trapped not by wealth or status, but within a gilded cage he built with his own hands. The way forward became clear, but could he set aside the pressures of a society that judged his every move? As Mia and Lily unveiled their project at the community event, resonating stories of ordinary heroes turned brave in adversity, he could only wonder, was it too late for their family to redefine what love and success truly meant? The following week lingered, heavy with the weight of unspoken words and emotions. Adam felt the distance between him and his daughters creeping deeper. Mornings were filled with hurried breakfasts where silence loomed larger than the clinking dishes. Every meal was a reminder of the laughter they once shared and the unyielding void that had grown in its place. Adam knew it was time to act. No more late nights buried in paperwork or client meetings. It was time to reclaim his role as a father, not just for the sake of appearances, but for the love that desperately clung to every corner of his heart. But how to bridge that gap? The thought nagged at him as he scrolled through his phone, searching for inspiration. He stumbled upon an old photo of their family trip to the beach, a day filled with smiles, sandcastles, and ice cream. The image struck him like lightning. A plan began to form, blooming with the brightness of possibilities he hadn't allowed himself to entertain for far too long. Why not take them on an adventure? An experience woven with laughter, memories, and connection, just like the beach day. "Girls!" he called out one evening, his voice breaking the usual silence. They looked up from the living room, hesitant yet curious. Adam took a deep breath, heart racing. How about a weekend away? Just us. A real adventure. We can hit the beach, go hiking, stay in a cabin. Their eyes lit up, smiles creeping back like sunrays breaking through a cloudy sky. Really? Mia asked, her voice tentative yet hopeful. Absolutely. We need to spend time together. I've missed that, he admitted, fighting back the guilt of his past neglect. Lily bounced on her feet, her excitement bubbling over. Can we build sandcastles and find seashells? Absolutely. And this time, I promise to really be there with both of you. The next few days were a blur of packing, planning, and anticipation. Adam felt giddy. The sight of his daughters buzzing with energy was infectious. For so long, he'd been a ghost in their lives. Now, he was ready to dive into the present. Finally, the day came. They loaded their bags into the car, laughter spilling out as they reminisced about the last time they had been to the beach. The ride was filled with stories, music, and the free-flowing joy of the open road. They found themselves singing along to their favorite tunes, the kind that made everyone in the car smile. As they arrived, the vast ocean stretched before them, shimmering under the sun. The girls squealed, rushing toward the water, their feet hitting the sand as if they were flying. Adam stood back for a moment, his heart swelling with a renewed sense of purpose. He realized this trip wasn't just about reconnecting, it was about healing the wounds of the past. It was a chance to not only reclaim his role as a father but to redefine their relationship entirely. As the sun dipped low in the sky, painting everything in golden hues, Adam called the girls over. Let us build the biggest sandcastle ever. He exclaimed, and they eagerly gathered supplies, their excitement palpable, but as they dug in the sand and sculpted their sandy fortress, Adam noticed something shifting in the air. The echoes of laughter felt different, more profound than he had ever experienced. In that moment, he caught a glimpse of the tight bond they could forge, the memories waiting to unfold. Yet, deep down, a question remained: was this joy too fragile, too easily broken by the harsh reality that waited for him back home? As the waves crashed behind them and the sun sank lower, Adam felt a swell of hope mingled with uncertainty. Could he truly change? Could they rebuild what had been lost? He glanced at Mia and Lily, their faces lit by the glow of the sunset, and silently wished for a lasting transformation. Little did they know, their beach adventure would soon lead them into uncharted waters, where deeper issues awaited just below the surface. What would they discover together? The sun hung low, drenching the beach in shades of pink and orange. Mia and Lily enthusiastically dug deep in the sand, combing through grains and shells like treasure hunters. Adam joined them, his hands sinking into the warm, gritty earth. Each scoop brought them closer, not just to a castle but to each other. Look! I found a big shell. Mia chirped, holding it up triumphantly. The girls crowded around, eyes wide with wonder. It's perfect. Let us use it for the tower. Adam couldn't help but smile as laughter danced in the air. Moments like this filled him with warmth, a stark contrast to the chill that had settled in his heart for too long. He grabbed more sand, the coarse texture grounding him, reminding him of every grain that built their bond anew. As they toiled, Adam's stomach filled with an uneasy twinge. They were building something beautiful, a fortress of sand, but was it just a distraction? What about the realities waiting for them? The worries about bills, the pressures of a demanding job, the looming feelings of inadequacy swirling in his mind. Dad, look! Lily shouted, her small hands carefully placing a seaweed flag atop their creation. Our castle has a flag now. Just like real castles. That's right, princess. Every castle needs a flag, he said, ruffling her hair and trying to push the worries further down, just for this moment. They stepped back to admire their handiwork, a sprawling sandcastle with intricate towers and fortified walls. In that instant, Adam felt a crack in the wall of his heart, the hope for a new reality shimmered within reach. But what if this was just an illusion, a temporary escape from the storms they faced? "Dad, can we find seashells next?" Mia's voice broke his contemplation, a starburst of innocence that brought him back from the reverie. "Definitely. Let us see who can find the prettiest one." The girls squealed, darting towards the shoreline. Adam watched them, his heart clunking against his ribcage. It was a bright day, but shadows lingered behind him, reminders of the man he had let slip into a distant past. Strengthened by the moment, he took a deep breath. Right now, he was here in the present, and this was what mattered. The waves rolled in rhythm, each crash against the sand mingling with their laughter, creating a melody he hadn't realized he'd missed. As they searched along the water's edge, their excitement grew with each discovery. It was infectious, filling Adam with a hunger to seize the moment, to dig even deeper into the new chapter awaiting them. "Look! This one's purple." Lily squealed, holding up a delicate shell that gleamed with the light of the setting sun. Adam knelt down, examining it carefully. "That's beautiful, sweetheart. Just like you." Their eyes met, and for a heartbeat, everything seemed possible. "Can we keep it, Dad?" Mia asked, her voice hopeful. "Of course. It's a treasure," he replied, slipping it into her little palm. But as they walked back towards their sandcastle, Adam couldn't shake the chill creeping in again. Would these tender experiences withstand reality's crush, when they returned to the quiet discontent of everyday life? He longed for solid ground, a core that could withstand storms. Suddenly, a shout broke his thoughts. "Dad! Come quick!" Adam's heart raced. He glanced at the girls, whose faces were painted with excitement and urgency. What was happening? As he sprinted toward them, dread and anticipation knotted in his stomach. The waves surged in the background, carrying secrets from the depths. What awaited them just ahead could change everything, and Adam wasn't prepared for what lay beneath the surface. Could this adventure unveil a truth that would reshape their lives forever? Adam's heart pounded as he darted toward the shoreline, where Mia and Lily stood wide-eyed, pointing excitedly at something half buried in the wet sand. "Look, Dad! We found something!" Mia yelled, her voice almost swallowed by the roar of the crashing waves. Lily bounced on her toes, her little hands clapping together. "It's shiny. Is it treasure?" In that lightning flash of anticipation, Adam's mind raced. A treasure? The word brought with it wild possibilities, but dread nipped at his heels. Was he ready for this? Could life really be so generous? As he reached the girls, he knelt beside them and brushed the sand away. There, sparkling under the sunlight, was a small, weathered container, its edges encrusted with salt and sand. The metal had dulled, but traces of gold glimmered, catching the light with a stubborn resilience. "Wow!" Mia gasped, her face lighting up. "Open it, Dad." "I don't know, girls," Adam said slowly, uncertainty creeping back in. "It could just be junk. No. It's treasure. Please." They urged him, eyes gleaming brighter than the sun-soaked horizon. Staring down at their hopeful faces, he felt the grip of his fears loosen just a bit. This was more than a chance discovery. It was an opportunity to be a part of something magical, a story they would tell, memories they would weave together. With a deep breath, he gripped the lid. It fit tightly, and he felt every muscle tense as he pried it open. The lid creaked in protest and finally gave way with a soft pop. Inside lay an assortment of old trinkets, mismatched coins, and what looked like faded photographs. A smile broke across Adam's face at the unexpected find. "Wow, what a mix! Look at these coins. They're so old. This is amazing, Dad." Lily exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. As the girls rifled through the treasures, holding up peculiar items for inspection, Adam felt a wave of joy wash over him. It was the kind of joy that made worries melt away. He briefly lost himself in their laughter, watching Mia examine a tarnished brooch while Lily cradled a charm bracelet, but as he scanned the photographs, an image suddenly caught his attention. It was black and white, showing a family, a small girl with curls similar to Mia's, a woman with kind eyes, and a man whose face seemed oddly familiar. His heart twisted. Who were they? Mia. Look at this. What is it? She asked, coming over with curiosity dancing in her eyes. Do you see this man? He looks like. Before he could finish, the sound of laughter turned to hushed whispers. The girls were mesmerized by the treasures, but Adam's mind spun with questions that buzzed like angry hornets. Who was this family? Did he know them? As the sun dipped beneath the horizon, painting the sky with strokes of deep purple and indigo, Adam felt the weight of his past bearing down on him. The warmth of the moment was suddenly overshadowed by shadows creeping from the edges of his memory. Dad? Mia's voice cut through his thoughts. What's wrong? His heart ached. Nothing, sweetheart. Just a surprise, I guess. He didn't know whether to share more or retreat behind the walls he had built. But the way Mia's eyes were filled with warmth and love, untainted by the complexity of adult fears, made him question everything he held on to. As the girls continued admiring the items, something deep inside him stirred. Perhaps this unexpected find was a chance to uncover buried connections, to bridge gaps he had ignored for too long. Would this journey into the mysterious past finally show Adam what he truly needed to face? Girls! He called, clenching the photograph in his fist. What if this is only the beginning? The waves whispered secrets around them, and the sun dipped lower, hinting at more to uncover. An adventure was lurking just ahead, a story still waiting to unfold, and Adam found himself brimming with an unguarded hope. Would he dare to explore it? The excitement of the treasure faded as Adam's gaze lingered on the photograph. The faces stared back at him, familiar yet distant, sparking a whirlwind of unanswered questions. Who are you? He murmured, drawing a puzzled look from Mia. What did you say, Dad? Just talking to myself, Adam replied with a weak smile, trying to shake off the dark thoughts. He wanted to be present, to enjoy this moment with his daughters, not get lost in the haze of his past. Mia and Lily continued to explore the contents of the container, each new item bringing more gasps of delight. Adam watched them, hearts full of joy, while his own felt heavy with the weight of memories he had locked away. Look what I found. Lily squealed, holding up a delicate silver ring. It shimmered in the fading sunlight, and for a brief second, it seemed to lighten the shadows that clouded Adam's heart. Gorgeous, Lily. That could be a princess ring. Adam encouraged, forcing a smile. He knew he should engage more, be present with the girls, but the photograph was like a beacon, drawing him deeper into his past. What about this one, Dad? Mia held up an old coin, the edges worn down but the image on it still discernible. Taking a deep breath, Adam reached out, took the coin from her hand, and examined it closely. This might be a collector's item. We could get it appraised later. That sounds like a fun adventure. Mia chimed, eyes sparkling with excitement. Adam felt a flicker of warmth spread through his chest. Their enthusiasm was infectious, pulling him back into the moment. Just as he considered telling them about the photograph, Lily turned to him with a serious expression. Daddy, are we going to keep all this treasure? Her question stunned him. Well, we need to figure out where it came from first. It might belong to someone. Can we ask the people in the picture? She said matter-of-factly. Adam chuckled, brushing off her innocent logic. That might be a little tricky, sweet pea. But inside, a stirring impulse ignited. Maybe this was the answer he needed. Why don't we head home and clean some of these up? He suggested, his mind already racing with ideas. As they walked back, the sky melted into deep twilight, stars glimmering overhead like tiny treasures scattered across a dark velvet blanket. When they reached their car, Adam couldn't shake the feeling that perhaps uncovering the truth behind the photograph might also help unlock parts of himself he thought were lost forever. He glanced back at the waves, feeling a pull to dive into the unknown, to find answers. Once they were settled at the dining room table, surrounded by the newfound treasures, Adam took out the photographs once again. The faces seemed to leap out at him, crying out for recognition. "Girls, I want to show you something." "Is it more treasure?" Mia asked, bouncing in her chair. "Something like that," Adam said, tracing the outline of the photograph with his fingertip. "I think there might be a connection here, and I need your help to find out what it is." With their innocent enthusiasm filling the room, Adam felt a spark of determination bloom within him. Maybe this treasure hunt would lead to something greater than mere objects, perhaps it would lead to healing. As he collected his thoughts, Adam looked at the girls, their eager faces glowing in the warm, soft light of the kitchen. Would this journey lead them somewhere unexpected? "Girls," he began, a sense of purpose in his voice, "what if we made it our mission to uncover the story behind this photo?" "What do you mean?" Mia asked, turning serious suddenly. Adam's heart raced. Decision time. But before he could answer, a sudden knock at the door echoed through the house, shattering the atmosphere. "Dad, who's that?" Lily whimpered, clutching Adam's arm tightly. Silence stretched between them like an elastic band ready to snap. Who could it be? Would it be just another interruption, or could it be someone from his past, connected to the mystery that had just unraveled? With a hesitant breath, Adam moved toward the door, unsure of what awaited him on the other side. Adam glanced back at the girls, their eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and concern. He felt the thump of his heart echo in his ears, a drumroll of anticipation weaving through the air. He took a deep breath and grasped the doorknob, bracing himself for whatever reality lay beyond that. As he pulled the door open, the world outside, cloaked in nighttime shadows, revealed a figure standing on his porch. She was petite, her hair framing her face in soft waves that glimmered like pure silver under the porch light. Adam's breath caught in his throat. It was someone he recognized, yet hadn't seen in years. "Lucy." He whispered, the name slipping out before he could contain it. "Adam," she said, her voice trembling slightly, as if she couldn't quite believe he was there. The air thickened with memories that rushed to fill the space between them. Adam's mind swirled with recollections of laughter, late-night talks, dreams shared under the stars before life pulled them in opposite directions. "Is it really you?" he finally managed, his heart racing. "Yes, it's me." She took a tentative step forward, her eyes glistening with emotion. "I know it's been a long time. I had to come see you after I heard about your family. Mia and Lily." His daughter's names tumbled from his lips, as if saying them would bridge the years that had unspooled between them. Lucy nodded. "I came across the news about the treasure hunt. I couldn't ignore it. I've always felt there was something unfinished between us." Adam felt a flicker of hope mixed with uncertainty. Should he invite her in? Would talking to her now with the girls around unlock some long-buried truths or simply open a floodgate of pain? But as he looked back at his daughters, their wide eyes silently asking what the visit meant, he knew he had to let her in, both literally and figuratively. "Come in," he said, stepping aside. The hallway felt tighter, with their history pressing against them like an invisible weight. As Lucy entered, Mia and Lily perked up, their small voices piercing through the tension. "Hi," Mia said, bouncing forward. "Do you know about treasures too?" Lucy smiled, the warmth of children breaking through the heavy emotions that filled the room. "I know a thing or two about treasures, yes." As the girls dragged her toward the dining table, Adam's heart coiled tightly. Could Lucy be the key to unlocking the truth behind the photograph? Or would she bring more complications? "Lucy, there's a photo I need to show you," Adam said, pulling it from the pile of treasures that lay before them. "Please don't," she quietly implored, her voice barely above a whisper. "Not yet. Let me settle in first." Intrigue and anxiety twisted in Adam's gut. Why was she so hesitant? What truths were lurking just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to surface? With the photograph still nestled in his hand, Adam felt torn between wanting to help his daughters chase this adventure and the fear of dragging up old wounds. "Tell me what you remember about the treasure hunt, Lucy. What do you know?" he asked, his voice steady despite the turmoil inside. Lucy swallowed hard, her eyes locked on his. "It's more complicated than you think, Adam. Some treasures are more than just objects. Sometimes, they hold the keys to our pasts in ways we didn't expect." Adam's heartbeat quickened at her words. What about his past was she willing to share? Would this conversation lead them down a path of healing or disaster? Just then, the door creaked open again, this time revealing a stranger, silhouetted against the night. A look of recognition etched across his face. "Sorry to interrupt," the man said, eyeing Lucy. "But I think you all need to see this." A chill ran down Adam's spine. What could possibly come next, and how would it intertwine with their already tangled lives? Adam felt the atmosphere shift, a tension thick enough to cut through with a knife. The man standing in the doorway exuded an aura of urgency that made Adam's heart pound louder than ever. He could almost feel the air compressing under the weight of unspoken words. "Who are you?" Adam asked, his protective instincts kicking in as he placed himself a step forward. "Name's Jack," the man replied, lifting his chin defiantly. "I have information about the treasure hunt. It's not just a matter of finders, keepers. This is about your family." Confusion rippled through Adam. "My family? What do you mean?" Jack fished in his pocket, pulling out a weathered envelope. He handed it over carefully, as though it contained the very essence of what they were all seeking. "There's a backstory to that treasure map, secrets that belong with it. And it involves Lucy." Adam shot a glance at Lucy, who had grown pale, the glimmer of hope in her eyes dimming. She clenched her hands in her lap, avoiding his gaze. "What kind of secrets?" he pressed, trying to remain calm for his daughters, who now stood by Lucy's side, intrigued but sensing the tension. Jack took a deep breath, clearly weighed down by what he was about to share. Years ago, Lucy had a piece of this treasure, a locket that belonged to her grandmother. It said to lead to the main prize. His eyes darted back to Lucy. "And it holds something else, something to do with your paths crossing again." Adam was struck by a cascade of emotions. Memories surged forth, but they weren't all good. Were they collating more lost history, or just reopening wounds? Lucy finally spoke, her voice barely a whisper. "I gave it to my grandmother before she passed. I thought it was lost, but..." She trailed off, looking at Jack, waiting for him to continue. "It resurfaced. A collector found it and is now looking for the rightful owner." Jack's eyes hardened. "But things aren't straightforward. Others are involved, people who want it for nefarious reasons. This isn't just a game anymore, Adam." An electric tension buzzed in the room. Adam's mind raced. The treasure hunt had initially seemed like a fun adventure for Mia and Lily, a way to infuse some joy into their lives. Now it felt like they were teetering on the edge of something dark and dangerous. "What do we do?" he asked, urgency creeping into his tone. "You prepare. You protect what's yours." Jack's voice held steel. "Lucy, you have to help him understand. This isn't just personal, it's about your legacy." Adam locked eyes with Lucy once more, and he could see her inner struggle. He felt a pang of compassion for her. The past loomed like a shadow, but they were standing at a crossroads. "Lucy, tell me about the locket. What does it hold?" he urged, trying to keep the panic at bay. She took a deep breath, filling her lungs with courage. "The locket holds a message. A clue that connects us all more than just the treasure." As Jack's eyes widened in surprise, Adam's heart pounded with curiosity. Just what had they stumbled into, and how would it impact their futures? A sudden thought sprang into Adam's mind. What if we decide to leave the treasure behind? What if it's all too dangerous? Lucy looked him straight in the eyes, and a spark of resolve ignited. "We can't, it's not just a treasure hunt. It's about finding the truth about ourselves. Before Adam could respond, the room felt like it was narrowing around them, compressing their hopes and fears into a single moment. The door creaked open again, and the night registered another silhouette of familiar face, but one he hadn't seen in a long time. "Did I miss the drama?" A voice called out, breaking the tense silence. With the new arrival standing in the threshold, Adam's heartbeat thrummed louder than ever. What more revelations awaited them, and could the path ahead truly lead them towards the healing they craved? Adam felt the air shift again, thickening with a different kind of tension. He turned slowly, bracing himself for whatever was about to come. The figure in the doorway stepped into view, masking the light behind them. The face was half illuminated, and as recognition hit Adam like a punch to the gut, he took a breath that felt heavy with nostalgia and regret. "Jessica." He managed to say, the name tasting foreign on his tongue. She looked different and yet, somehow, exactly the same. "Surprised to see me?" Jessica replied with a smirk that barely masked the uncertainty in her eyes. Just a hint of warmth flickered in Lucy's expression when she turned to Adam, her surprise evident. "You know her?" Yes, she was. Adam hesitated, lost in memories that spanned years. Their past had always been complicated. "An old friend," he finally said, trying to keep his voice steady. "Friend? Is that how you label it now?" Jessica replied, crossing her arms. "Or should I say, the one you left behind?" "Not here," Adam returned sharply, glancing at Mia and Lily in the corner, their wide eyes absorbing the unfolding scene. He didn't want them overhearing the complexity of their childhood history. Jack remained quiet, observing the exchange with intrigue. It was clear he was assessing the weight of Jessica's arrival and its implications. "That locket you're talking about," Jessica said, cutting through the tension. "I know about it." Adam's heart raced. How was it that Jessica, after all these years, still held a key piece to the puzzle? "What do you know?" "It's not just a treasure hunt or a family heirloom, it's the link to a deeper family secret," she said, her gaze steady. "The locket holds clues to something way bigger." "What are you getting at?" Adam pressed, feeling the pressure build inside him, like air inflating a balloon. "It's got a connection to our past, Adam," Jessica's voice softened. "Something your mom hid. I thought you'd want to know sooner or later." Adam felt a chill rush through him. His family had always kept things close to the chest, secrets wrapped in layers so thick that you could barely penetrate them. "What did my mother know?" "I don't have all the answers, but I know that locket is supposed to unlock answers about your family's true history," she said, leaning forward. Lucy interrupted, "What do you mean by true history? What's this about?" Jessica hesitated, gauging the implications of her next words. "There's a narrative about your grandmother that Elizabeth didn't want you to discover. Something connected to the treasure, to power things that could have changed everything." Adam felt the unmistakable weight of unease settling over him. So, they weren't just looking for treasure, they were digging up the remnants of legacies that time had tried to bury. "I don't want to dig into old wounds," Adam half muttered. "But you have to. If there's danger involved, if there are other parties who know about the locket, we have to uncover those secrets first," Jessica insisted. In a split second, Adam's resolve wavered. His protective instincts clashed with an undeniable curiosity, a desire to uncover what lay beneath the surface of his family's history. "If what you say is true, then we might not just be treasure hunting. We could be facing something much darker." "Exactly," Jack added gravely. "Time is of the essence. You need to prepare for whatever comes next." The room was heavy with the urgency of their discussion, and Adam could feel each heartbeat throbbing with unanswered questions. He was caught between a past he wanted to leave behind and a future he had just started to glimpse. As the silence stretched, Lucy took a step closer to him, determination etched on her face. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together. We have to." Could they really do it? Could they unearth the traditions and legacies long sealed away? Then Jessica said something unexpected, her voice breaking. "I came because I thought I could help find the truth." But the more I learn, the more I realize it could change everything. Adam's got twisted at her words. Just what truth lay hidden, and how far were they willing to go to find it? As uncertainty loomed, he felt the etching of something profound, culminating and threatening to spill over into chaos. Suddenly, Jack's phone buzzed, pulling everyone's focus. Sliding it out, Jack's expression grew serious. We need to move. Now. The urgency was palpable. As they all exchanged glances, Adam couldn't shake the lingering thought, what lay on the other side of these secrets? And were they truly ready to uncover them? Adam felt the ground shift beneath him, a sense of urgency enveloping the room. Jack's voice cut through the tension like a knife. We can't stick around. If there are others after the locket, we need to be smart and fast. Lucy turned to Adam, her expression fierce but tinged with concern. What do we do? I think we need to gear up, Jack said, already moving towards the door. Jessica, can you guide us to where the locket is? Jessica nodded, her bravado starting to falter under the weight of their predicament. I can show you, but it won't be easy. It's hidden, deeply. Adam glanced at the kids, Mia and Lily, still wide-eyed in the corner, their world shaken to the core. Are you both okay? Mia took a deep breath, standing a little straighter. We're okay, Adam. Just what's going on? Adam exchanged a look with Lucy, silently reassuring her that they would explain this later when things calmed down. A lot's happening, but we're on it, he told the girls. They hurried outside into the biting cold, the stark night air striking their faces. For a moment, the world felt suspended, hushed and foreboding. Each step toward Jack's vehicle felt heavy with purpose, as if they were walking toward a crossroads in their lives. As the car's engine roared to life, Jessica slid into the front seat beside Jack. We'll need to take back roads. If others are hunting for it, they might have set up surveillance. The journey began with palpable silence, minds churning with unasked questions. Adam felt a creeping dread in his stomach. The tale of the locket, the family secrets it might unlock, it was all spinning into a single heartbeat, a race against time. What do you really remember about that locket, Jess? Adam asked, his voice steady yet laced with curiosity. Why was it so important to my mom? She met his gaze through the rearview mirror, her expression serious. I remember her telling me it was more than just the locket itself. It symbolized a promise, something about protecting a legacy. But I don't know all the details. It's as if your mom didn't want anyone, even her closest friends, to fully grasp its significance. Jack turned sharply down a dirt path, flicking the headlights to illuminate their surroundings. You think someone is trying to steal it? Or worse, Jessica said, her voice dropping. Somebody might be trying to erase it. To erase what it connects to. The weight of her words hung heavy in the air. Lucy leaned over, her hand pressed between her knees, breaking the tension. We need to protect it. Whatever it leads to, we can't let anyone else get their hands on it. Adam nodded, his resolve hardening. They were in this together, siblings, friends, and now leaders of their own fate. As they drove deeper into the thick woods, memories began to swirl in Adam's mind, a time of innocence shadowed by secrets. He had once believed the locket was a simple object, a thin chain with a small pendant that held little value. Now, it felt like the key to unlocking not just things of the past, but perhaps defining their future. They finally stopped in front of an old, dilapidated cabin tucked away between trees. This is it, Jessica said, her voice barely audible over the sound of the wind rustling through the branches. Adam stepped out, the crunch of leaves underfoot echoing into the vast darkness. He felt a mix of apprehension and anticipation. Could the locket really alter everything they thought they knew? As far as I know, it's hidden inside, Jessica continued, glancing around as if she expected the shadows to speak back. But be careful. We may not be alone. Heart racing, Adam approached the door, a chill running up his spine. Each step into the unknown echoed with the resolve of discovery, but also a fear of what they might unearth. Was the truth worth the risk? And who else might be lying in wait to claim it first? As they crossed the threshold, the darkness enveloping them felt alive with secrets, each shadow whispering promises of revelation and chaos. What awaited them in the depths of this cabin? As Adam stepped into the cabin, the air felt thick and electric. Dust motes danced in the narrow beams of moonlight peeking through cracked windows, and the scent of aged wood filled his lungs. Mia and Lily squeezed each other's hands, eyes wide, their innocence hanging precariously between the thrill of discovery and the weight of uncertainty. Lucy paused just inside the door, her gaze sweeping the room. "This place has history," she breathed. "I can feel it." Jack moved ahead cautiously, eyes scanning for anything out of the ordinary. "We need to find the locket and piece this together quickly," he urged. "There's not much time." His tone broadcasted urgency, igniting a spark of determination within Adam. They had come too far to turn back now. "Okay, let us split up," Adam suggested. "Lucy, you and I check the upstairs. Jack, you take the main room with the girls. Keep an eye out for anything unusual." With a nod, they swiftly moved in their respective directions, adrenaline surging. Adam climbed the creaking staircase, heart pounding with each step. Memories of laughter and warmth collided with shadows of fears he had buried deep, swirling like the dust around him. "You got this," he whispered to himself, pulling open the first door he encountered. It creaked in protest, revealing a dimly lit room cluttered with faded furniture and forgotten relics. "Nothing," he muttered in disappointment, shuffling through dusty boxes filled with books and knickknacks. But suddenly, something caught his eye, a glimmer beneath a tattered rug. He bent down, heart racing, and grasped the familiar silver chain. The locket lay nestled there, almost pulsating with significance. "Mia! Lily!" he called out, urgency echoing in his voice. "I think I've found it." Coming down the staircase, Lucy paused. "Is that it?" "Seems so." He turned it over, fingers trembling, and felt a rush of warmth. This wasn't just jewelry, it was a bridge to the past, a truth rooted deep within the fabric of his family's story. In the room below, Jack and the girls rifled through old trunks. "There are letters here," Jack called, holding up a faded envelope. "They might hold some secrets about your family. Let us read them." Lily bounced eagerly, glancing back and forth. Adam descended to join them, the locket secure in his palm. "What have you got?" His heart raced in anticipation. As Jack unfolded a letter, they stepped closer, eyes glued to the fragile paper. "It's a letter from your grandmother, Adam. She mentions the locket, claiming it carries the key to unlock your family's legacy. This could be connected to everything what your mom tried to shield you from." "What do you mean?" Adam asked, a nervous knot forming in his stomach. "What did she want to keep hidden?" Jack's brow furrowed. "It seems your family has faced troubles over generations, conflicts tied to loyalty, legacy, and perhaps betrayal." The weight of the truth hit Adam like a tidal wave. Did his family's past hold a legacy worth fighting for? Or was it marred by pain and secrets too devastating to uncover? Mia tugged at his sleeve. "Daddy, is everything okay? I don't want to be scared." Adam knelt to meet his daughter's eyes, brushing a strand of hair from Mia's face. "It's okay, sweetie. We're just uncovering the story of our family. This will help us understand where we come from, and why the locket is so important. We won't let anything bad happen, I promise," Adam reassured, infusing his voice with confidence. With growing resolve, he took a deep breath and turned back to the letter. "What's our next move?" Jack folded the letter and looked around. "We should head back home, analyze this fully, and figure out our options. But we need to be cautious. Someone out there wants that locket and the truth it contains. No one is taking it from us," Adam said, a fiery determination coursing through him. "We owe it to our family to learn what this means." As the group made their way toward the door, the eeriness of the cabin clung to them. Adam knew they weren't just faced with the pursuit of treasure, they were unraveling a legacy entwined with danger and discovery. Once outside, the cold air felt like a fresh start, a turning point. The stars twinkled above like those who watched over them, whispers of encouragement cascading through the night. Back in the car, Adam clutched the locket tightly. Whatever happens next, we face it as a family. He glanced at his daughters, genuine smiles lighting up their faces. In that moment, he recognized the most valuable treasure of all, the bond they shared. "Ready?" Jack asked, eyes sharp and focused. "Let us uncover the truth," Adam replied, the locket resting against his heart symbolizing the promise of a journey. As the car began to move, the hidden layers of their lives began to unravel. They would unearth the secrets intertwined in their history, rally together, and embrace the transformation that awaited them. The headlights shone ahead, illuminating the path to the unknown. With hope igniting their spirits and determination sparking within them, they ventured forth into the night, ready to reclaim the narrative that had long eluded them. Now, as their adventure unfolded, Adam felt his heart swell with the certainty that truth and love would lead them homeward together, unbreakable, and forever transformed. If you've made it this far, there's no doubt you just experienced an incredible journey. You need to subscribe now to not miss the next exclusive stories we have lined up for you. Leave a like now to show your support and help us reach more hearts like yours. Comment below with your thoughts and feelings about this transformative ending. We want to hear from you. And don't wait not even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this journey of discovery and healing. Your support is everything.